Last year's In the Round Songwriter Showcase with headliner Tim Hicks went so well, the Education Foundation of Niagara decided to do it again. Wolfgang Guembel is here with Tim to talk about the show. It's only a few days away. Education Foundation of Niagara supports DSBN students, correct?
Correct, yeah, right across the entire region. That's correct.
And these funds will be used for exactly what, Wolfgang?
Well, we're entirely donation funded, so our entire budget comes from fundraising and donations. And our number one objective is to remove any kind of barrier to education. So anything preventing a student from getting to school. And that takes many different forms, but in short, we're really trying to advocate for kids who have no one advocating for them. Or they may have people advocating for them, but they don't have all the resources that we hope every kid has a chance to get.
This gala, this fundraiser last year, you just sort of had a brainwave and you said, hey, why not approach Tim? He lives in St. Catharines. He's got kids going to DSBN schools.
I mean, I was looking for someone famous enough, and I reached out. I reached out to Amanda Hicks to see if I could talk to Tim Hicks. And as soon as they found out what it was for, it was really easy after that. They're huge proponents of supporting their community and kids. As soon as I said what it was about, then they both jumped in instantly.
And Tim, this really fit in well with your tour last year too, right?
Yeah, well, doing the Campfire Troubadour tour, that was a coincidence, really. Yeah. But we did have this idea, like, you know, Amanda and I jumped at this opportunity. We had been looking for a cause to get involved with, especially community-oriented in Niagara, because we're still here. And you know, it was just one of those things where it made a lot of sense to us as parents. And you know, when Wolfgang explained, there was one thing that stuck in my brain when we met with him, and he said, we put winter boots on 750 kids last year. And
so
I thought,
important.
In my community, there were 750 kids that didn't have winter boots. Like, the hair on the back of my neck stood up, and I thought, this is something that we need to remedy.
You don't know about it until you hear about something from an organization like EFN.
Yeah, and it started, you know, of course, everybody says, well, let's throw a concert. And I said, you don't want that headache. But we had this idea to sort of bring the Nashville-style writers round to
Bluebird
Niagara.
Cafe.
Exactly. And I mean, I know the casino does it, and I've seen it. It's becoming more and more popular to do. But I don't think anyone had done it around here as of late, and it made a lot of sense. I called in some favors from friends of mine and got everyone to come down. And you know, it's in the style of a songwriters around, but for instance, like, I didn't write Talk to Time, right?
Right.
I might play it, you know, because it became my song when I cut it, you know. So I can just, instead of talking about the writing of that song, just, you know, I can talk about why I wanted to cut it. So it's kind of like a loose writer's round.
The lineup this year is amazing. Alan Frew from Glass Tiger. You've got, is it Dave Thompson? Right?
Yeah, Dave. Yeah, we call him Dave. Yeah, he's from Niagara Falls, man.
He doesn't perform very often.
No, but if you ask him, he will.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I called him up. Listen, every time I go to Nashville, I at least see Dave for a beer, if not write a song with him. We've written lots of songs, and I called him up and said, listen, we're doing this thing. Love to have you come up. He's still got family in the area, so it sort of makes sense. He can get, you know, a little visit in with them and come hang with us and raise some money for the Education Foundation.
Davnett Doyle?
Yeah, Dav. Yeah, a good friend of mine from back in the Shea days and the Heartbroken. I've seen that woman bring the house down to tears with her voice. It's extraordinary. And, you know, her gig hosting Q on CBC, I mean, she's done so much for Canadian music and for that culture in Canada that we're so excited to have her.
And Stacey and Shane from Western Swing
Western Swing. Yeah, I mean, these guys are consummate entertainers, and you know, they bring such a light to that stage, and I can't wait to see what they bring that night.
It's going to be a fun night.
Yeah.
Dinner as well, Wolfgang. Tell me about the whole evening.
We have a dinner martini, like a martini dinner style at the beginning of the night with food stations and a great caterer this year with a DJ and a 360 camera. There's a big animated front end to the evening before everyone transitions to the actual round. So it's a full night, lots of really great art on auction. A couple of student performances, which are going to be really unique this year.
That's the opening part, the student performances?
A little bit in the beginning, and then there's like an opening act with a student funk band from a local high school, which will be pretty cool. Yeah, we're looking forward to that.
So involving some of the students from the DSBN as well, which is fantastic.
Yeah, this year as many as we can. We even have shop classes making some really artisan cutting boards with some of the lyrics etched into them.
Right.
We've got some painted guitar silhouettes from local artists that are going to be cool, and just trying to find as many ways to get the kids involved in the event.
Tim, have you decided exactly what you're going to play that night?
No. People ask me that all the time. I sort of wing it in the moment, and I'll do. So, for instance, if I have because I have the benefit of putting myself last when you're the host. So, if I get sort of 3 or 4 sort of sad songs in a row, I'll do something goofy, just to sort of break the tension, or vice versa. And so I kind of have my go-to numbers. I couldn't possibly play a writer's round and not do Stronger Beer.
Of course.
It's gonna come out. People would be so disappointed if I didn't do it. So there's a few that you're bound to hear, but it could change in the moment.
It's going to be a great night. Wolfgang, how can people get tickets?
Intheround.ca. That's the best way. You can get tables of 6 or singles and doubles, and we're looking forward to it.
April 26th?
I think there's a ticket link on my website as well, timhicksmusic.com.
There is.
April 26th, intheround.ca.
Perfect. Tim, Wolfgang, thanks for coming in.
Thank you.